B2EDI presents your first look at high school football scores and highlights. This is B2EDI First Down Friday Night, sponsored by Whataburger, your community health mart pharmacy, and Regenesis. Now your hosts Mo Carter, Nick Kuzma, and Simon Williams.
Hey everybody, once again, where has the time gone? We are officially in week 6 of the high school football season with the Alabama High School Athletic Association. And guess what? We got all your scores and highlights from across North Alabama here on another edition of B2EDi's First Down Friday Night. I'm Mo Carter. Nick Kuzma will join us momentarily. It was kind of chaotic tonight across the area. He's working to get some of those great highlights in for you. A lot of things going on, especially apparel. Top 10 battles across the area. We had one locally and then one out east. For the one that's out east, let's head over to our very own Simon Williams, who has an update on our varsity game of the week.
It was a state Route 79 showdown, and Guntersville and Scottsboro went at it here at Guntersville High School, and it was, well, a little messy. But Guntersville comes away with a win, 20-6. I've got your highlights, the full recap later on in the show.
All right, we appreciate you, Simon. Now, a lot has happened in 7A Region 4, and heading to this evening, only 2 teams remain unbeaten in league play. That was Sparkman and James Clemens. Now, the two meeting tonight at Madison City School Stadium with first place on the line in this region. Sparkman up 10-7 in the first quarter. Josh Ward of the Senators throws the swing pass to Jaden Thomas. He makes a few moves, and he's off to the race, everyone. 55 yards for a Senators touchdown. They extend their lead. They're now on top. 17-7. The James Clemens staff in disbelief because of that play. But back come the Jets. Ty Marsh throwing the wide receiver screen to Logan Eggert, and the big 6'4" wide receiver gets it all the way down into Sparkman territory easily. But in the second quarter, the Jets, their drive, it would stall. So Anthony Ortiz has to come on and boot in a short field goal. As you see it coming, it goes up, and it is good right here for the Jets. They trail 17-10 at that point. But let's check out your final score from Madison, as the second half spark was the thing that James Clemens needed. They go on to beat Sparkman by a final of 31-30, taking over first place officially in that region. Next week, Sparkman will be right back in Madison as they take on Bob Jones, while James Clemens will travel across the river to Austin. Now, right on the heels of James Clemens and Sparkman are Bob Jones and Florence, the two teams meeting tonight in the Shoals, and thanks to NFHS Network, we got you some highlights. Falcons running the play action right here. Leo Glover throwing a D to Kadrick Triplet, and he hauls it in. 34-yard touchdown. Extra point was good. Florence flies out to a 7-0 lead. But in the second quarter, that Bob Jones potent rushing attack is just lethal. Look at Tyron Washington running over men at the goal line. 2-point conversion was good. The Patriots up 8-7. Later on, Bob Jones going back to that bread and butter. Washington taking the direct snap, attacks the left side again, and scores again, this time from 5 yards out. 15-7 Patriots. Now the Falcons trying to move the ball. Glover, he's pressured, throws the out route, and is intercepted by Aaron Mitchell, and the sophomore DB has reservations for 6, taking it all the way back for a pick 6 touchdown. Bob Jones, they were up 22-7 at that point. Let's check out your final score from Brawley Stadium as Bob Jones holds on to win by a final of 29-25. Patriots throw a 44-yard touchdown pass with only 12 seconds to go to get the victory. As we mentioned, next week, Bob Jones will play host to Sparkman, while Florence will travel over to Huntsville. Speaking of Huntsville, they're also in the postseason picture as they took on Albertville last night. Now, late in the second quarter, Panthers up 17-7 and knocking on the door. Marlon Jones Jr. takes it up the gut, breaks some tackles, and he will score. Panthers lead 24-7 at the break. Let's go to the third quarter now. The Aggies trying to get down the field, but their drive was stalled, and things just going wrong for the Aggies. Carlos Zanigua Carbajo sacked by a host of Panthers led by Dylan Duster. they're forced to punt. So Huntsville back with the bread and butter. Marlon Jones Jr., gigantic hole that he runs through. He takes it to the house, 35 yards for a touchdown. Let's check out your final score from Milton Frank Stadium on last night as Huntsville goes on to win by a final of 36-7. As we mentioned, Huntsville will take on Florence next week in a key battle for postseason and home games in the playoffs, while Albertville will play host to Grissom. What's up, Nick?
What's up, Mo? Happy to be here. The race for first place in Class 4A Region 8 is a two-team affair between Priceville and Westminster Christian. The Wildcats are coming off a 71-point performance in their win last week against Central Florence. D.A.R. came into Huntsville looking for win number 1 on the year, while WCA trying to win their 5th in a row. Wildcats had it to start, and on play number 3 from scrimmage, they handed off to number 20. Henry Clange takes it in on 3rd and goal for the score, 7-0 WCA with the point after. Now, D.A.R. would punt from deep in their own zone on the next drive, giving the Wildcats good field position for the next drive. For drive number 2, 1st and goal from inside the 10. Brandon Mush takes the snap, rolls out, and fires down the sideline. Touchdown to Adam Hartman. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, 14-0. Now 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, 2nd and goal. Mush takes the snap, looks left, throws down the middle, and outstretched hands of 6'4" receiver Kyle Eveleth, just barely making the catch in the end zone for the game. And WCA's 3rd score, 21-0 home team after their first 3 drives. Let's take a look at your final scores. The Wildcats go on to win 69-14, just 2 points shy of the 71 points they scored a week ago. WCA now 5-1 at Madison County next week. D.A.R. now 0-6 on the year, extending their program longest losing streak to 11 games dating back to last year. Priceville was on the road last night in Madison, taking on St. John Paul II. Falcons down 7-0 in the red zone. Luke Songji avoids the sack, fires across the middle to Tyler Greege, but he is separated from the ball thanks to a huge hit by Riley Wag. Good defense right there. Greges will be down for a few minutes, but he'd be okay because 2 plays later, he attempts a 32-yard field goal, sails left. Falcons still trail 7-0. Second quarter now, same score. 3rd and short. Jake England calls his own number, picks up a 1st down, gets more yardage thanks to a face mask, and then fumbles out of bounds. Bulldogs with the ball in Falcon territory. Woo! That would lead to a 35-yard field goal attempt by Landon Byer, and this one is good. 10-0 is the score at that point. Priceville goes on to win by a final of 42-18. Next week, the Bulldogs host North Jackson, while St. John Paul II will host New Hope.
All right, the Fox 54 sports team. You know we're on social media. Follow yours truly at Mo Carter Fox 54. Follow Nick Kuzma at Nick P. Kuzma. And follow Simon H.S. Williams. Shoot us a tweet. We may read it out later on air.
And we will. Coming up next, though, we'll get a look at our first head-to-head matchup of top 10 teams in the area as Muscle Shoals travel to Hartselle. So stay tuned.
Hey, Big Waltz here. Being the best to ever do it does not mean you have to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Being the best to ever do it is all about you. B2EDi is not just another clothing brand. It's a statement that says you know the best is within you and you are committed to being the best every day. Be the best to ever do it begins with you. A portion of every B2EDi apparel purchase will go to support the nonprofit Best to Ever Do It Huddle for Help. Go to B2EDI.com and be the difference maker today. If you're gonna be the best, make sure you wear it across your chest.
At your community health mart, you matter more. That's why we work hard to offer competitive pricing, a range of products you can count on, and healthcare services to support your individual health journey. So whether you're looking for a consultation or just a conversation, you won't find another pharmacy that feels this close to home. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Call me, Alabama.
Are you tired of living with joint pain? Introducing Regenesis Stem Cell Center, where the future of healing begins. At Regenesis, we harness the power of your body's own regenerative potential. Our groundbreaking therapies use patients' own stem cells and platelet-rich plasma. Our patients report that their joints feel like they did 20 to 30 years ago. Don't let joint pain hold you back any longer. Regenesis. Healing begins here.
This isn't just any burger run. This is a burger run for Whataburger's sweet and spicy bacon burger. 2 fresh all-beef patties with melty cheese, grilled onions, crispy bacon, and sweet and spicy pepper sauce. 1 for you, 1 for him, and 1 for your unofficial roommate, Brad. Always order an extra. You know, for Brad. The all-time favorite sweet and spicy bacon burger from Whataburger. Just like you like it.
The only way Papa John's makes a big, extra-large New York-style pizza like this is by hand-stretching that Papa John's fresh, never-frozen dough. Get the extra-large New York-style pizza from Papa John's.
Watch Fox 54 Sports Extra Sunday at 10, only on Fox 54. Walter Jones, a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, is proud to present B2EDI First Down Friday night on Fox 54. B2EDI, be the best to ever do it.
Welcome back. Coming into today, there were just 2 teams that were undefeated in region play out of 6A Region 7. And guess what? They met tonight. Let's get to the highlights for Hartselle versus Muscle Shoals. The Tigers have won the last 3 meetings of this series, also lead the all-time series. First quarter, Hartselle has worked its way down the field. Noah Lee takes up the middle himself. Touchdown Tigers. They go up 7-0 after the PAT, meeting some fans. Going to get some T-shirts. Second quarter now, another goal line situation. This time Lee hands it to Rye Fletcher. He punches it in for the score. Hartselle goes up 14-0. All right, let's fast forward now to the second half because this one got crazy. The Trojans have taken the lead at this point, up 35-28. Lincoln Bryant with the short TD run. That makes it 35-35. The Trojans respond. Cole Woods starts to the left, breaks some tackles. He's going to cut back across the field. 40-yard touchdown, 42-35. Muscle Shoals is on top. Hartselle now, one last chance to force overtime. There are just seconds left on the clock. Noah Lee down the middle. Rye Fletcher, you gotta be kidding me. 42-42, we're going to overtime. We needed double overtime. Hartselle would actually miss a field goal in double overtime. And Muscle Shoals, Natarian Hampton, bang. Touchdown Trojans. They win it in double overtime. Muscle Shoals 55, Hartselle 49. First overtime for Muscle Shoals since 2016. And guess what, Mo? It was a double overtime game also against the Hartselle Tigers. Next week. Yeah, next up, I don't, but you might. Next week, Hartselle hosting Athens while Muscle Shoals hosting Decatur. All right, heading further down 65 to exit 332 for Falkville, where the Blue Devils hosted Lexington. In the second quarter, ball snapped over the quarterback's head, ricochets to the back of the end zone. That will be a safety, giving Lexington a 10-0 lead, which was the score at halftime. Let's go to the third quarter now. Lexington forcing a punt, and now they rip off a big play. Ashton Stewart all the way to the crib. Touchdown. Golden Bears will lead 16-0. And we'll go for 2, and they elect to go on the ground once again. This time it's Jake Lahr taking the handoff from Braden Allen. That made it 18-0 in favor of Lexington. Let's take a look at your final score as you might have figured out, Lexington 31, Hartselle and Falkville I just put together. Lexington 31, Falkville 12 is your final. Next week, Lexington is going to host Tanner, while Falkville is going to go out to Red Bay.
All right, what about another final score from the area? Do we have Woodville and Gaylesville? They were playing for postseason positioning, and yes, we do. All right, both teams would actually struggle in the first quarter. Second down, it'll be Cooper Bradley escaping the pressure, and he'll get the pass off to Colin Hendon, but it would not get there on time. Third down, Cooper Bradley, the pass this time intended for Kyler Bradley, and nowhere to be found either. Panthers would put up a little fight, though. Sam Peake gets it over to Jackson McMonagle, that's what I'm going to go with, who takes it just enough for a first down. Then the hyper would be shortened as Sam Peak has a pass intercepted by Jackson Centel right there. Let's go to 1 minute to go in this quarter. Cooper Bradley running for his life. And look at that fog, man. It definitely shows you that fall is setting in. Finally, it'll be Bradley able to set in and throw it away right there. Let's check out your final score from Woodville.
Was there points in this game?
There was. Woodville goes on to beat Gaylesville this evening. So next week, Gaylesville, they've got a bye, while Woodville will take on Decatur Heritage. Another final from out far east this evening. It was Pisgah all over Whitesburg Christian by a final of 52-6. Next week, it'll be Pisgah taking on North Sand Mountain, and it'll be, one of these teams is playing section next.
Someone's playing North Sand Mountain, someone's playing section.
Absolutely.
All right.
Off the Milton Frank Stadium we go now. Fort Payne was in town taking on Lee, and thanks to the folks over at FPTV for these highlights. Generals march down the field on the opening drive. Carlin Long takes the direct snap, says, "Get off me right here," as it goes into the end zone. 17 yards. Generals up 6-0. Second quarter now, Lee is up 13-7, and they get more from Mr. Long. This time, 46 yards. He is just running over and running around.
MVP performance, maybe.
Hey, look, he's had a lot this year. Sure, and then he scoots into the end zone right there. 19-7 for the Generals. Then Lee, they will go to the passing attack. It'll be Patrick Bailey hitting his man, Chase Stewart. Cutting across the middle, Stewart shifts off the defender and gets in the end zone. 27-7 at the break. But this one got interesting.
This got uncomfortable late for the Generals.
Well, it got interesting in the second half. Check this out. Lee goes on to win, holding off Fort Payne 49-42. Next week, Fort Payne will be in Meridianville taking on Hazel Green, while Lee will take on Buckhorn. All right, varsity game of the week. Simon Williams, the floor is yours.
Coming up next on Fox 54's First Down Friday night, I've got your complete recap of our varsity game of the week. It's Scottsboro and Guntersville next.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Extra hits 30.
Extra, weeknights at 5 on Fox 54.
Even when the world pulls you in different directions, Astraria University helps you find a way to move forward. A way to start ahead and stay ahead. We've stayed ahead of change for over 130 years, with new ways to support you, real people that understand you, and an education that empowers you to always keep striving.
Honey, what is that?
Oh, it's our new internet. I had to have it.
Oh, but we already have internet.
Not like this, we don't.
Oh, wow. This internet is everything.
Good internet.
Good internet.
Choose WOW for extra reliable, super fast Internet 500 for just $39.99 a month. Plus, get a free modem for a year and $100 on us.
Wow.
This season, score big with our tailgate deals. 10 original crystals for $9.99. 10 spicy wings for $9.99. Or get them both for $19.99. It's a touchdown for everyone. Crystal. Now you know.
Call me, Alabama.
Are you tired of living with joint pain? Introducing Regenesis Stem Cell Center, where the future of healing begins. At Regenesis, we harness the power of your body's own regenerative potential. Our groundbreaking therapies use patients' own stem cells and platelet-rich plasma. Our patients report that their joints feel like they did 20 to 30 years ago. Don't let joint pain hold you back any longer. Regenesis. Healing begins here.
At Kroger, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Walter Jones, a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, is proud to present B2EDI First Down Friday night on Fox 54. B2EDI, be the best to ever do it.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Multiple ways you can watch First Down Friday Night, brought to you by B2EDI every Friday at 10 p.m. live right here on Fox 54 and also on fox54.com and throughout the weekend, Fox 54 Plus. Then around the midnight hour, you can see it on the Fox 54 YouTube page, and then on Mondays at 6:30 a.m. you can check it out on Fox 54 right before the kids go to school.
It's true.
Absolutely. Okay.
Bugging with Simon behind me. Yeah, we're ready to go. Let me move over so people can see his face.
All right, a big rivalry going down out eastward or whatever, and I think it was a cat fight, right?
It was a cat fight.
So you think Carol Baskin was out there too?
Carol Baskin. Something, something, something.
All right.
I don't remember what the words are. And Simon isn't happy.
No, he's not. So let's just go to Simon for Guntersville versus Scottsboro. What's up, Simon?
It's a rivalry 110 years long. It's two teams who are both Wildcats. They're undefeated in the same region. And it's our First Down Friday Night varsity game of the week. It's Guntersville and Scottsboro.
For being Class 5A's highest scoring offense, Scottsboro wasn't able to get the ball across the pylon in the first half. Guntersville wasn't dominant offensively either, but they did strike first. 0-0 in the second quarter. Eli Morrison drops back. Fires right. It's caught by Cameron Logan. He's got a fresh set of downs. A few plays later, Morrison looks to pass again. Dadrian Waller hauls it in at the 10 and prances on into the end zone. Guntersville breaks our tie, leading 7-0 with the point after. Scottsboro gets the ball back, but not for long. Jake Jones with a play fake tries to flip a toss out to Antonio Brox, but he fumbles it. Gus Harris is the handyman, and it's Guntersville ball. It's Scottsboro's second fumble of the half. But on the very next possession, it's Luke Terrell making a big play on defense for Scottsboro as he picks off Morrison. We'd go into the half with a 7-0 score.
And Nelson Delva was the hero for Guntersville. He would go on to score the go-ahead touchdown and the clinching touchdown with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter to help his team to a 20-6 win. So with that, Guntersville stays unbeaten, while Scottsboro takes their first loss of the year in region play as well. So with that, in Guntersville, one last time, our final score, 20-6 in Guntersville. Simon Williams, Fox 54 Sports.
You've spent a lifetime making memories. We invite you to make more. At Regency Retirement Village, residents find the perfect balance of exceptional living and exceptional support. An experience designed by experts in the care you need and the price you can afford. We're here to provide options as your needs evolve over time. Come tour our community, meet our staff, and see why Regency is the life you need and have earned. It is our honor to care for the seniors of Huntsville, and we thank you for trusting us now and in the year to come.
If you're at home right now and you're suffering from burning, tingling, or numb feet, you need to pay special attention to this next segment as we discuss neuropathy.
What is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and the legs primarily.
And what are the symptoms?
The major symptoms we see are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, problems with your balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It is absolutely treatable, and we can get some great results.
If you're experiencing burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands, or having balance issues, call today for your nerve damage screening. Your nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our innovative treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe there is nothing that can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 25 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Act now and call to schedule your nerve damage screening. First 25 callers receive this screening for free.
Hey, Big Waltz here. Being the best to ever do it does not mean you have to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Being the best to ever do it, it's all about you. B2EDI is not just another clothing brand. It's a statement that says you know the best is within you and you are committed to being the best every day. Be the best to ever do it begins with you. A portion of every B2EDI apparel purchase will go to support the nonprofit Best to Ever Do It, Huddle for Help. Go to B2EDI.com and be the difference maker today. If you're gonna be the best, make sure you wear it across your chest.
Watch Fox 54 Sports Extra Sunday at 10, only on Fox 54.
When it comes to sports in the Tennessee Valley, sometimes you want a little more.
Fox 54 Sports team is at more games, catching more big plays and showing you more highlights.
More coverage before and after the game with the biggest interviews on and off the field.
Catch Monique and Simon on Fox 54 News at 5:30 and 9, and every Sunday night on Fox 54 Sports Extra.
The NFL on Fox. Texans.
Touchdown!
Falcons.
Oh, my goodness! Sunday at noon on Fox 54.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Of course, each and every week, we bring you great action right here on B2EDi's First Down Friday Night. And we see some outstanding performances, so we reward them with our First Down Friday Night MVP of the week. Here's our package on a record-setting performance.
Westminster Christian senior Brandon Mush is an athlete. Yeah, he plays the position of quarterback, but his performances are nothing short of athletic, and this year's numbers are just ridiculous. On average, he generates more than a first down on every pass and run. He doesn't just move down the field, he puts up points, having a hand in usually 5 or more touchdowns a game. It was no different in his team's 71-54 win over Central. He accounted for 8 total touchdowns and 511 total yards. The 71 points were the most scored by Westminster Christian in a win in program history. For his efforts, Mush has been named B2EDI First Down Friday Night MVP of the Week, brought to you by Whataburger. He knows he plays a big part in his team's 4-1 start to the season, but the credit went to his teammates.
Like I said, it's just a testament to the people around me. You know, all these awards and accolades, it doesn't happen without the people around me. You know, I can't do it just all by myself. You know, I got a great young O-line. You know, they come in each and every week and they work. You know, they may be young, but let me tell you, those guys, they put in so much effort into practice each week. My receivers, running backs, you know, those guys are really what get me a bunch of the yards. You know, they're the ones that made me kind of look good out there.
This is Mush's 5th ever MVP award, putting him securely in first place with most MVPs, having won one every season. Yes, he played varsity as an 8th grader.
Wow, you know, he means a lot. I couldn't have asked for a better young man to handle that pressure, to handle the spotlight, to take the accolades in stride. You know, when you listen to him talk about his teammates, he's being very genuine. That's just who he is.
What's next for Mush? Well, he'd like to play football in college, so much so that he said he'd switch positions if need be. But until then, he and his Wildcat teammates have a second half of the season to play.
And where we end up as far as like the region, like placings, it's up to us, you know, whether we put in the work or not, or our willingness to win, be tough, you know, how we handle adversity. It's all up to us.
In Huntsville, Simon Williams, Fox 54 Sports.
Nominations now open for next week's First Down Friday Night MVP of the Week award. Just send an email to news@fox54.com, or you can head to the MVP section of the sports page of fox54.com.
Hey, it's a simple process. We need the player's name, the school, the position, and most importantly, the stats.
Yes, the
stats.
The
award is sponsored by Whataburger and a bunch of other people who make First Down Friday Night what it is each and every week. So, Nick, man, we are literally past the halfway point of the season.
We've had 7 weeks of high school football, and we're going into week 7, so it'll be 8 weeks next week.
Wow. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Exactly, it is, and we've been having a whole lot of fun. For the entire crew, he's Nick Kuzma, Simon Williams in the field, and I'm Mo Carter. Have a great night, great weekend. See you next time.
B2EDI First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Whataburger, your community health mart pharmacy, and Regenesis.